Welcome back. I'm David Knight, and here's Alex Jones to respond to the New York Times hit piece. Alex?
Absolutely, David. Thank you for doing the show today. I've taped some special broadcast segments that'll air later early this morning, taking care of some really big news developments, very, very positive things right now. I don't just host the show and augment the nightly news. I also have to run the operations. I'm the CEO, the director, the chief cook, and bottle washer, and it's just powerful to be driving along in Austin, Texas, listening to David Knight on the local FM station. And then after I left that area, out of the listening area, I was able to just click over to the free iPhone app. It's just great to have this technology and to be able to listen to the great job you're doing, David. The Saudis coming out and saying, hey, yeah, okay, we're involved, so are you. Well, absolutely. It's these shadow criminal networks. But the reason I wanted to call in was that New York Times article that I had intended to cover today, obviously, because it came out yesterday. Look, I haven't wanted to brag on air. I haven't wanted to make a big deal out of this, quite frankly, because I don't want to give the enemy the intel. But they already have his phones tapped. They already know exactly what's going on with Trump. And years ago, people told me, hey, Trump's really a patriot, knows about the New World Order behind the scenes, and is obsessed, with stuff like the JFK assassination, obsessed with the Federal Reserve, and obsessed with globalism, and vaccines causing autism, because, his youngest son, folks, that's kind of a big secret, but people should just look into that. That's why you don't see him out in public. So Trump in the last decade's really woken up, and he's playing them, and they're scared. They're really concerned. Now, some of the elite think he might be playing the Patriots, is going to double cross, and just wants to take over himself. So either way, they hate his guts. But you wouldn't have a takeover artist like that who would actually be putting these issues out, because once you let the genie out of the bottle, it destroys the globalists. So the things he's saying against the New World Order, against globalism, about shadow government, the Clintons, and murder and rape is giant, long coffin nails to them. But now that you have the New York Times saying, look, he gets his worldview from Alex Jones, from Infowars.com, and from Fox News, well, Fox News is becoming us because we're the closest to reality. So what's happened is Drudge is probably the biggest media outlet in the world for aggregating information. We're large as well, but probably a third that size. But our information and analysis is so hardcore, it's amplified by Drudge, it's amplified by patriots, it's amplified by military people, it's amplified by folks that are informed. People know that our guest, our research, our analysis is extremely powerful. And folks are waking up that we've really been taken over by a foreign world government, because the globalists are out in the open admitting we've got a world government that's corporate. So they want to have their cake and eat it too and say there is no corporate world government, but at the same time there is. Or the vaccines are safe, but we just recalled the polio vaccines. It's got live cancer virus in it. That was 3 weeks ago. Something I've said 10,000 times in 20 years. I probably say it every day, don't take the polio vaccine. I mean, so people know. Harvard comes out and says, yeah, fluoride brain damages you, gives you bone cancer, reduces fertility. Well, they knew that in the 20s. We're being validated in spades, in triplicate. We're also going out and showing the violent anti-free speech people. Just InfoWars doing that is blowing their operations. And Drudge linking to us. So it's showing what a paper tiger these people are. And it's such an epic time to be alive, because the talking points we've put out that are dead on about what's going on have now spread to Limbaugh, Hannity, everybody else. Michael Savage was pretty much always there to a certain extent. He certainly always knew. He's hardcore, getting more hardcore. And so they can't shut us all up. So they sit there saying, we're the legitimate media. We're God. We tell you what to believe, when they have a 6% trust rate. So David, it's an epic time. And to have the New York Times saying, look, he gets his info from Alex Jones, it's worse than that. He's going around behind the scenes, folks. I already knew this, talking to everybody. Trump thinks he's going to save America. He's for real. He's a patriot. We basically are about to have an Alex Jones billionaire as the president, okay? Yes, tell your children not to hear a word about what we're about to say. No, the truth is they've tried to suppress us. InfoWars is only one focal point of people waking up to the true corporate global governance we're under. That corporate governance worldwide, where it's in control of about 80% of the planet, is setting up the universities to teach total totalitarianism and to arrest and shut down anyone that disagrees with the whole corporate board takeover. And humanity is, again, just explosively waking up right now to what's happening, and we have a fighting chance. So we have CNN, MSNBC, and the New York Times all on the same day saying it's horrible. He's talking about JFK. He's talking about New World Order. He's talking about vaccines. He's talking about rape and murder. All of it's real. All of it's true. So they have to act like what we're doing is discrediting, not because they think it's discrediting, but some weaker-minded people that still haven't woken up hear it and go, oh, my gosh, Trump's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy like a fox. He's winning. He's surging. The more hardcore he gets, the more support he gets. And so that's why this is so special and so amazing. And then I personally already knew, of course, we had Brian Terry's brother on last week and others, and had him on months ago, had him on years ago. I knew behind the scenes that Donald Trump was going around investigating Fast and Furious and the Clintons. I knew that he was investigating the birth certificate and Obama's providence 8 years ago before anybody else was. And the truth is, Donald Trump is what you call a free thinker, what the mainstream media calls a heretic, or in modern parlance, a conspiracy theorist. He believes they ordered a stand down at Benghazi. They did. He believes they rigged the stock market. They now admit they did. He knows they're rigging the currency rates. They now admit they do. He's a realist. He's not a chump. He's a self-made guy that's made $40 billion and himself made $8 billion. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I'm telling you this. The guy is taking on the globalist. The guy basically sees it as a do-or-die suicide mission. And I don't just know this from Stone or other people. I know it from a bunch of folks. And I'm just going to stop right there, okay? Trump behind the scenes knows more than I do. And Jerome Corsi, who's known him 40 years and worked with him, of course, he's big in banking, big in finance, big in construction, has told you on air. I asked him to say what he told me privately on air. He did it. He said, look, don't worry, Alex. Donald Trump knows everything. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, he knows more than you or I do. So the truth is, Trump knows it all. He understands the whole program. And he went to Scotland for a month a few years ago and almost didn't do it. And just said, look, I can't let them destroy the country. I got to take these people on. They want to make everybody poor. They're scum. I'm going to take them on. And, you know, when you get a kid takes the vaccines, you believe in the system, and then your kid gets autism, and you're hearing it here, folks. They keep it private. They don't want it out. But, you know, his son got damaged by vaccines. You understand, even at that level, nobody's insulated from this New World Order. And, I mean, Robert De Niro got intimidated, but he came back. He's coming out with a new vaccine film himself. So the truth is, when the men get off the bench, tyrants fall. And tyrants know they're in a battle now. So listeners know this. We're about to get a lot more reinforcements. And we don't hang our hat on Donald Trump. He's only one manifestation of that. Okay, just like Ron Paul was a manifestation and got the word out. You are the Paul Reveres. Epic history's happening. And thanks to Matt Drudge, WorldNet Daily, and a few other groups that have been around as long as I've been or even longer. And look, WorldNet Daily's not been perfect at some levels, but they're good folks overall. Because of those folks, we have a real shot. Because of you, because of Ron Paul, because of Barry Goldwater, because of countless other people like Red Beckman and just too many to list, and Jack McLam, because of all those patriots fighting the last 50, 60 years, American culture now is this. We actually are the culture. We actually have been dug in, getting ready, trying to stop the takeover, but now it's here. Okay, the enemy just took over an awake population of probably 40% that know how the cow ate the cabbage. This is epic. This is history. This is 1776, Part 2. You are the resistance. David Knight's taking over.